Welcome back to the channel, everyone. So I'm kind of suffering a bit from the cruise blues right now, as it's been 2 months since my last cruise and still 1 month to go before my next one. So I thought I would do a fun little video for y'all depicting my 3 favorite cruise memories. So without further ado, Milo, roll the intro. All right, let's get started. So rolling in with number 3, Eden. So for those of you who've been on a Celebrity Cruises Edge class of ships, you may be familiar with the restaurant Eden, which is in the aft of the ship, which by the way has phenomenal views. So Eden's a specialty restaurant that averages about $60 for the average Joe who might not have a dining package. So a few things stuck out at me at Eden that made this my number 3 pick. First off, the service. So the service at Eden was absolutely remarkable. Somehow the waiter knew who we were without us saying anything or showing our SeaPass cards. I guess they study the photos of who's dining there with them for the evening. I don't know, but it was pretty impressive. So my glass was never empty and the service was very attentive and very friendly. The kitchen at Eden is an open kitchen concept. So they invited me actually to walk up to the kitchen and watch as they plated the dishes. Everyone was so professional and paid quite the attention to detail, as you can see here. The area there was immaculately clean as well. I can't talk enough about the food at Eden. So the food at Eden was absolutely remarkable. The crab cake appetizer was the best crab cake I've ever had. It was filled with jumbo lump crab meat and essentially no fillers while having absolutely incredible flavor. So next up I had the filet and short rib Wellington, which were absolutely phenomenal. Both were perfectly cooked, very tender, and the Wellington with the flaky dough tasted so good with the soft short rib on the inside. The lobster and corn casserole was very good as well. So they give you a completely shelled lobster cooked to perfection with crunchy sweet corn underneath and a delicate sauce to go with it. The lobsters, oddly enough, are actually kept alive in a tank down below and are pulled out each night for the dinners at Eden. I never thought I would like chamomile ice cream, but it was absolutely insanely delicious. It had a subtle yet distinct flavor and was just so smooth and so creamy. All right, so that was my number 3 pick. Number 2 favorite cruise ship memory. We're going to leave Celebrity and head over to their parent company, Royal Caribbean, aboard the Symphony of the Seas. We all know that Royal Caribbean does entertainment very well, and thus the reason for my number 2 pick. While on board the Symphony of the Seas, they performed the Broadway hit Hairspray, which was absolutely fantastic. However, I more so enjoyed the show Flight. Now, to be transparent, I do work in the aviation industry, but that had no influence on my decision to make this my number 2 pick. This show was packed with great music, but even more so was an amazing overall production. So the show takes you through time, starting with the present of space travel all the way back to the Wright brothers. The show starts with astronauts aboard a spacecraft floating as though they were in space, which was actually done technically to perfection. I thought it was so cool. Mid-show, one of the singers who had a powerhouse of a voice came out and sang Somewhere Over the Rainbow to pay homage to many who were lost throughout aviation history. So this moment was actually the most touching moment I've ever encountered while on a cruise. It literally brought tears to my eyes as to how beautifully done this was. Here's a clip, take a look. for the finale, then at the end of the show, they literally bring out a full-size replica of the Wright Flyer. They strap in one of the cast members and begin to fly this contraption all over the audience's heads, which I thought was crazy. This was absolutely mesmerizing to see, and I was literally awestruck at just how big of a production show this really was, and just how beautifully done it was. When I go on the Symphony of the Seas next time, I will probably watch this show twice, as it was just that good. Alright, so now for my number one pick, but before I reveal it to you, if you want to see more of this content, please consider hitting that subscribe button below with the notification bell on. If you're enjoying what you're seeing, please hit the like button as well. It really does help the channel, and I appreciate it. Many of you know that one of the most popular activities on a cruise ship is a group style game. Whether it's bingo, deal or no deal, or some other game, these activities always draw a big crowd. I'd never tried playing bingo before on a cruise, but do like the game. So while I was on my cruise to Alaska on board Royal Caribbean's Ovation of the Seas, me, some of my family members, and friends decided it might be fun to play bingo. So we bought some cards and gave it a try. Needless to say, here's what happened next.
Bingo. Okay, go for
Time
it.
for bingo!
Rule number 3. Rule number 3.
Ready to play bingo?
When you are one number away, you make an
I'm gonna win.
Your
It's
best.
all me.
Okay, stop. That's so embarrassing. That's so embarrassing. During this cruise, we have a free dance classes. You can attend one of these. Okay, who was dancing right there in the middle? Who was dancing? Red, purple, what color is the one all the way in the top? You're gonna get one. She's coming.
What'd you win?
That was so embarrassing. She's coming.
Winner, chicken dinner.
A few moments later.
Hey, Corey.
Okay, the next number. Okay, Joanne.
What are you so excited about?
I got bingo!
What did you win?
A free cruise!
Devon Powers.
Charleston, South Carolina.
South Carolina, okay. Don't feel happy. Let's do the cruise, not you. Okay, so stop. What is the card number?
16755.
16755. We're gonna check if that is a good name or bingo or not.
So how cool is that? My first time basically winning anything, and a free cruise at that. So go ahead and leave a comment below. I'm interested to hear what your favorite cruise memory is. All right, so that's gonna wrap it up. Look for more vlogs coming out in the near future for my next sailing aboard the Serenade of the Seas next month in October to the Northeast and Canada. So until the next time, bye-bye.